almost the weekend for me, KJ, and I could not be more excited. As much as I love this show, we wake up very early, and I am very excited to take a nap.
Yes, and that's the smart thing to do to get a nice reset, so that way the lag doesn't catch into your weekend. The worst feeling in the world is waking up on a Saturday 5:30 when you don't have to. You're like, oh my, like everything is ruined. Like, because you're not going to be able to get to past 10 o'clock with a kid in the house. I know the feeling. It's just amazing how kids can't get up for school, but when it's Saturday morning, oh, you no questions asked. They're up at 7 o'clock, like there's nothing else to do but go play. It's like, I just want to sleep. I'm up at 5:30.
Right. But here's the theory that I have, because some people do not need as much sleep as others. I
Yeah.
think I fall into the category where I need a lot of sleep. Do you think that's true? Do you think different people need more sleep than others?
If you can catch naps, yes, because that's me. I can catch a nap in the middle of the afternoon. That is very European of me. That's the European side of me. I will take a nap, siesta, no problem. But at the same time, it will allow me to, like, I do late nights. I get off at midnight. When I was on yesterday, I'd gotten off at midnight and calculated that if I fell asleep by 1:30, I could be up by 5 and be ready for a 6 o'clock show. But it allowed me to take naps during the day. So if you take naps in the day, yes, you can do it. But if you don't, you're going to end up crazy. You're going to go crazy.
Well, also, I'm on Central Time,
Yeah.
so I came back from Charlotte and I was waking up at,
Oof.
4:15 there. Now I'm back to like in the threes, which sucks because I think anytime after 4, you can kind of pass it off as, oh, some people wake up at 5 to go work out. 4 is not that
Right.
bad. But when you see the 3 on your alarm, that sucks.
Yeah, when you're like, hey, you've got to make a 90-minute decision. Do you stay or do you go? Like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Maybe I shouldn't.
All right, so let's get to our best bets. But first, if you missed our fact or fiction segment with producer Matt about today's top headlines, then download and subscribe the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcast. Coming up next, we've got BetQL Daily. The Joes and Aaron discuss the final NBA play-in games tonight and their favorite plays across the board. This is the Daily Tip presented by BetMGM. I'm Chelsea Messenger. He's KJ Carson. As I have teased, it's time to get to our best bets. Who we have the most faith in today?
Today's best bets.
Today's best bet. I'm going to replace the Sounders, and then I'm going to start getting paid for it. That's my goal.
That's where the money is, Chelsea, not this whole hosting stuff and being on the air.
I'm going to be a voiceover artist for really intense sounding sounders on sports betting shows. So, all right. I'm laughing at the chat. All right, KJ, I'm going to let you lead off since you are the guest on the show. So go ahead. Have a good eye at the plate. Let's start off with a duck on the pond. So, KJ, who's your best play for today?
Yeah, you take me right to baseball. Red Sox Twins. The question, will both teams score 3 or more runs in the first 5? Yes, at plus 230. Both of these teams can put points on the board. They've got mashers, and you've got a rookie pitcher in his first game ever at Fenway today in Joe Ryan. And Nick Pivetta going for the Red Sox, who will give up the home run. The fastball can be kind of straight. So look for some high run scoring early, and then you might see more bullpen leakage. So it'd easily be a 3-3, 4-3 game going into the late innings, and it may end up being because the over number the number is 10. So the game may end up being 6-5, but probably maybe 4-3 after 4 innings.
Yeah, all right. So my think is going to be on the Red Sox. And let me preface this by saying I've been pretty cold on baseball lately, so tail with caution. I'm going to go with the Red Sox here. Like you said, we've got a rookie pitcher in Joe Ryan going against the Sox here and their home opener. Isn't this their home opener?
Home opener, President's Day weekend, Marathon Monday. It's a life, man, here in New England. It's great. And we get an extra few days to file our taxes, too. It's a little Massachusetts trick. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way this Red Sox lineup has been over the past couple of games, scoring 9 runs in that win over the Tigers, 5 runs in the game before. they've really come alive. In that series against the Yankees, I had my questions about this Red Sox lineup. Kike Hernandez started the season off ice cold, but he's come around. Rafi Devers is knocking the cover off the ball. So I'm going to go with the home team here. Nick Pivetta is not my favorite starter to back, and this Red Sox team is a little shaky when it comes to the bullpen. So can I change my mind? I think I'm going to do Red Sox in the first 5. Let's do that. Let's see what that spread is or that total. Somebody's cleaning our windows and it's really distracting me. All right, so first 5 innings, let's go Red Sox minus 130. That is my best bet. Did I sell it enough?
What, the guy standing at the window washing the windows?
Well, we live on the 20th floor. So like
Okay, so
these people are like rappelling with like these gear things on.
yeah, you should play the Spider-Man theme music, while they're out there. Maybe that'll get them to focus. So, okay, so my next best bet would be Cleveland money line 115 at home versus Atlanta tonight. You've heard me talk about it all throughout the show. For those who've been listening, thank you. Look, I think Cleveland has something beyond just getting into the playoffs to prove. This would be the first time that I can remember, probably since the Craig Elo and Price days, that Cleveland does not have a superstar on their team and in the NBA playoffs, right? There's no Kyrie, there's no LeBron. Kevin Love is in his later years, but he's really the behind the curtain leader, right? He doesn't need to start to be effective. And I think with them only being a 2.5-point dog now, that number's been coming down. I'm buying that Cleveland wins this game because there's going to be so much energy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a LeBron sighting at the game tonight, like we saw Jay-Z in New York and Atlanta 2 nights in a row. It'll be LeBron in Cleveland showing up to say hello.
All right, so we need like a theme music or like a ding ding because we're going head to head on this one. I'm on
Oh,
the
I thought
Hawks.
you were saying the guy who's doing your windows. If he makes a ding ding sound, call 911.
No, I need like WWE theme music where I'm
Oh,
walking
okay.
in
Yes, I
through
get
smoke and they're saying, "By God, that's Chelsea's music." She's
that.
going head to head with KJ
The
because
shattered
I
glass.
am.
Oh no, it's Chelsea Messenger. Oh, what a Jim Ross. Oh, look out. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a Pier 6 brawler. I always wondered
I've
where
got
Pier
my
6
like
was.
kale smoothie and I like throw it to the side.
Oh, that's how you
Um,
do it. And point. You gotta do the point as well when you come to the ring.
Yes, nothing's more intimidating than 34-year-old moms with kale smoothies. So watch out. Yeah, I'm on the Hawks tonight. I know they're not great on the road, but listen, the postseason is a different animal for the Atlanta Hawks. Last game, Ice Tray was ice cold to start the game. It didn't even matter because the rest of the Hawks role players picked up the slack. Kevin Herter, Red Velvet, made 3 threes in the first quarter. Clint Capella was dominating the boards down low. And the asterisk I have on this one is hoping Jarrett Allen does not play down low because I think that's a matchup that Clint Capella can take advantage of. I know Evan Mobley's pretty solid down low as well, so maybe it's not as big of a night for Clint Capella, but I do think that the Hawks have enough good role players, and I think Trae Young is going to have a much better night tonight than he did against the Hornets. So, KJ, we haven't done the 8 ball. We've got to do the 8 ball.
You scare me every time you say that.
We've got to do the 8 ball. Chelsea, now we
I'd rather
know.
have eggs, not the 8 ball. Yeah, go. All right, Magic 8 ball. Shake it
All
up.
right. So for the radio crowd, we have a toy 8 ball
That you can
that,
find at any local Spencer's, right? Spencer's Gifts.
yes. And we ask the 8 ball his sources and if he's tailing or fading our best bet. So, KJ, what is the one play that you would like to ask the 8 ball about?
8 ball. I'm sorry. 8 ball. What about the Nuggets winning between 1 to 5 points against the Warriors? Please tell me 8 ball.
All right. Let's shake up the 8 ball and see what it has to say. 8 ball says, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, and that's plus 525.
Oh man, that would be a good win. Then you could really go out for steak and shrimp. All right, 8
And
ball.
a
Do we
lot
like the
more.
Red Sox
Shake
at
up that 8
home?
ball, all right?
Do we like the Red Sox at home, or are they going to be eating fried chicken in the locker room afterwards? All right, 8 ball. You may rely on it.
Oh, wow. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's beer involved because it's celebration weekend throughout New England. But to have another chicken and beer weekend and a loss to the Twins at home on an opener where you were pedestrian against the Tigers, you're pedestrian against the Yankees. They're going to have to win. So 8-ball, you're going to have to take a back seat on this one because I'm with Chelsea. Yeah, the Red Sox are going to win today.
You know the reference I'm referring to, right? The chicken and beer.
The chicken and beer, the chicken
Yeah.
and beer controversy. Yes,
Wasn't it John Lackey? Who was it?
Yeah. Well, I forgot the different players involved, but it really turned that franchise into what became a reset. After that, that's when Devers would show up. Bogarts comes up from the minors. Mookie Betts comes up. So that's like the last of Terry Francona days right there was the chicken and beer.
It's just
which is my favorite Ludacris album, by the way.
Over the stretch of the last 10 years, it seems like it's either been feast or famine for the Red Sox. They're either really terrible or very, very good and winning World Series, or at least contenders in the postseason. Let's get to our best bet from BetQL, a 5-star best bet. In the NBA, it's the under 223 in the Hawks Cavs, and in baseball, they're taking the Yankees, laying the chalk minus 210 over the Orioles, and Cubs Rockies over 9.5 runs. And up next on BetQL Daily, the Joes and Arid debate the final NBA play-in games on tonight's NBA slate. Well, we are all looking forward to the weekend. I think KJ is going to be doing some golfing, which I am very jealous of.
I will try. You might not be jealous of the score that I get.
Well, hopefully you just don't lose too many balls. That's my goal. Do not lose an entire sleeve of golf balls.
Yeah, that's the idea. Well, a sleeve? I'm talking about an entire collection.
Oh my gosh. That's why I don't buy expensive golf balls because they always get lost in the woods and I get very angry.